They are integrating male and female boot camp for the Marines. This is a big deal, and I'll explain why. What is up, guys? You're tuning in to Nikki MGTV for another military video for all your military video needs. As always, you can hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, or down in the comments below if you have questions. But as always, let's go right to the topic, and that is that the Marines are now combining their male and female boot camps, which is a very big deal. And I want to explain that for as long as I've known. I'm letting you know this right now. The Marine Corps has had a lot of this division between East and West Coast already. So it was known west of Mississippi, you went to the MCRD San Diego Marine Corps Depot, and then if you were on the east side of it, you went over to Parris Island, and that all females actually went over to the East Coast side, and that's just kind of how things were. And as a corpsman in the Navy, I found this very ironic because also in our training to become a Greenside Corpsman over at Field Medical Training Battalion, we also had the training on East and West Coast, but then only females could go to the East Coast, and it was like that for years upon years. It was almost like we just took what the Marine Corps did and we're like, oh, well, they do that, so let's just do the same exact thing. And the thing about it is, from my experience, I always ask Marines, I said, do you understand why there's an East and West Coast? Where every other boot camp is pretty much isolated in one place. Army, I know, has a couple different ones, but it's still weird to me. Like, wouldn't you want to put everything back into one place, one category, where you can just get everything done there, rather than spread your resources across like the entire country? The other thing I want to mention is that it's very weird to me at the same time, because every other branch has had integrated recruiting or divisions or whatever you want to call it, where they've worked together while they're in basic training. And I personally was in an integrated division in boot camp, so yes, there was the division of male and female, because obviously you're not sleeping together in the same area, but you did all the training evolutions together. I did find it very ironic, because you're thinking to yourself, well, you want these guys to be professional with females and all that kind of stuff, but why not start that from the very beginning? Why not work? Because it's weird that, like, you go through 3 months of boot camp without working with any females at all, and then you go to maybe your basic MOS school or School of Infantry, wherever you go, and then you end up sitting there like, oh, well, oh yeah, there's female Marines. I should probably, you know, understand how to work with them. So I think this will bring a lot more fundamental changes for the Marine Corps, and the fact that they're going to kind of instill the expectation of how female and male Marines should interact together possibly, and also maybe that professionalism factor. Also probably going to reduce costs, because you're not going to really look at gender so much, but more so look at the reasoning of the training is just to get Marines out to the fleet and fill spots where they need to be filled. So I think this is overall a good thing. So a lot of people are going to say, what about what happens between male and female, sexual harassment, things like that, that can occur in situations where two opposite sexes come together. I understand that, but this is the real world where people are going to have to work together and face repercussions if they decide to do something stupid. Also, this will probably set that standard as well. And the reality is, those things can happen in the fleet, in the civilian world, wherever you're at, either way. Obviously, being in the military, it can be a little bit different, because you're maybe around people much more often than you would at a 9-to-5 job. But yes, they can happen anywhere. I'm gonna leave this up to you guys. If you're in a different service, what do you think about this in comparison to maybe your boot camp? Or if you're prior Marine Corps, what do you think about this? Or even current Marine Corps? Let me know down in the comments below. But as always, guys, if you do have questions, you can always hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, or down in the comments below. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.